Hello friends, I'm very excited to announce that I have just made a new playlist that's about Scratch programming. You can make a lot of fun games in Scratch, and it's really good for beginner programmers because it's not all that text, all that, and it's not hard at all. It's actually very simple and very fun. And if you like gaming, you're on the right spot.
Let's get started.
Okay guys, so right now I am on a new page, a new Scratch page. So when you get into a new Scratch page, you will see something like this. If you go on the left, you can see there's motion, looks, sound, events, controls, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. So for the first one, motion. So what is motion? It's blocks to make the sprite move. So if you don't know what a sprite means, it's just characters. In Scratch, characters are actually called sprites, if you don't know what a sprite is. So yeah, that's that. And now let's get back to motion. And in motion, if you get move 10 steps, and when you click on it, look closely at here, okay? Look at the cat. Click on it. Boom! You see that? The cat moves. Again. The cat moves again. It moves 10 steps to the right. How about let's do negative 10 steps. Negative 10 steps means that it's going to the left. The positive ones are to the right. The negative ones are to the left. So let's do negative 10 steps, and that will make the cat move 10 steps to the left. So that's technically that. And there's also coordinates over here. You could do coordinates, so like go to X position, Y position. You could put that in. You can also make it glide to some kind of coordinate, or even glide to a random position or a mouse pointer. Motion is technically about that. Now you see looks as well. Right below motion, there's also purple circle called looks. Now what is looks? It's pretty self-explanatory. So the sprite, it can change, it can say what it talks, like the looks of it. It can change its costume, so how it looks. So let's say hello for 2 seconds. Let's click on that. Hey, it's saying hello for 2 seconds. That's nice. And then say hello. Same thing, but it'll just say it forever. Let's now say subscribe, please. Like that. Let me just put that E over there. Please, and then say subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. Now you can also think. Let's say think. You see, it's thinking. And now we can also switch the costume. And here's the thing: when you do switch costume to costume 2, it's automatically going to be costume 2's. And costumes, you see this code right over here, right, guys? Costumes are right on the right side of it. So when you click on costumes now you could just see this is the costume 1 and this is costume 2. So we can also like switch in between. So costume 1 is kind of like just flat legs. Costume 2 has kind of these kind of running legs. So if you like keep on switching them, it looks like it's walking or running. How do you want to say it? So if you do switch to costume 2 now, you see it switches. Now as you switch to costume 1, it switches back to costume 1. Also, you can also change the size by 10, change the size by, let's say, 20. Boom, you see that? It just got bigger. Now if you do negative 20, it's going to get 20 times smaller. Boom, back to 100. You can also change size by, same thing, set size too. You can also set the size. And here's something very interesting. You can also do color effects. So color effects are like, you can change the color. Let's do 100 to this color. Let's do fishy eye effect. It becomes like that. And just change it back to a negative 100. It becomes not back to normal. There's a whirl effect. Do that. Okay, it's like that. Switch it back to 100. So everything is just like that, guys. And you can make it show, you can make it hide, make it go to the front layer when you have like a lot of sprites. It won't be useful for you guys right now because you guys are just beginners right now. But when you get advanced coding, you really need this go to front layer block. Just also go to forward 1 layer, costume number, size, all that. And now here we come to sound. Every game in Scratch needs a sound effect. Not just in Scratch, any game in general needs sound. If you don't have sound, I'm not gonna play that game, or nobody will ever play that game because you need sound. So here, there's play sound now until done. So we got that, and now let's click on it. You hear that? It just plays a mouse sound. It play sound until done, start sound, same thing. Change pitch. So you can like change. You can like explore on yourself, guys. So you can also change the volume, set the volume, all that. And here's a very important part. This, I think, is the most important part, events. So you see, if we go in motions, we have to click on it, right? What we actually want to do is when we click the green flag, right? What we want to do when we click the green flag is that we just want to like run the project without simply clicking on this. So for example, if there's 2 of these blocks, you have to click 2 of them at the same time. So that's pretty impossible. So that's a big problem. So now here are events. When you do get one flag clicked, go in motion, move 10 steps. You can also do turn 15 degrees inside of it. And now when we click it, boom. Oh yeah, that's nice. You see that? It just made a whole circle. So that's a good thing about events. You can also do when space key is pressed, if you don't want the one flag click, if you want the space key, you can also do that. When you click the space key now, you see it's moving perfectly and all fine. You can also do when the sprite is clicked, when you click the cat, it will also do the same thing. There's also broadcast messages, and I will tell you that guys in later tutorials, because right now it's pretty complex. I won't really tell you that guys right now, but I'll tell you that in later tutorials. So this is control. You can get a forever loop. For example, now if you put a forever loop for here, over here, okay? So it's gonna, when you click the space key, it's gonna forever move 10 steps and turn 15 degrees. Forever, non-stop. You can also make it wait in the middle. Okay, so when you click on that, now let's click the space key. Ooh! You see that? That's pretty nice. How about let's do wait 1 second. It waits. See? Yeah, you can see what's all the process. You know, 0.001, 0.05. You can see it's waiting for 0.5, 0.0. My bad. 0.05 seconds, and then it just going like this. So it's stopping. If you don't like that, you could just don't add the wait. Here's a very important part of Scratch is the if-then blocks or loops. You can call it anything that you want. The if-then loops. So this is, I won't tell you everything about this because this is also a bit more complex. So it's just something like this. Just think of like a command, like if something happens, then we want to run this code. If that thing does not happen, we don't want to run it at all. Only we want to run it when this specific thing happens. Okay? So that's about the if then. And if else is just like if the code works, then I'm gonna move this. If it doesn't, you could also do something else, another code. So you can also do wait until blocks. So like wait until the cat jumps and then run this code. You can also do that. That's also possible. And you can also create clones. It's also pretty nice. And you can also do repeat, like repeat 10 times. Move this, and it's gonna repeat 10 times. Space key. Yeah, it just repeated 10 times. Now let's go in sensing. Now here comes the if then as well. And it connects, so the if then loops and sensing have a connection in between them. For example, if touching mouse pointer, then we want to run this code. So what this really says is that when the space key is pressed, if the cat is touching the mouse pointer, okay, if it's like just touching it, then we want to run this code. That you want to add a forever loop. I always forget about that, but yeah, you want to add a forever loop. Okay, so forever is gonna run this code. See, nothing's happening, right? Nothing's happening. As soon as my mouse pointer touches the cat, now look what happens. Boom! It moves, see? When it's not touching it, it won't move. When I'm touching it, it starts moving. Ooh. That's pretty nice. That's that. And now it's getting more sensing. If it's touching the color red, instead of, so like if touching the color red, then we want to move that. You can also do that. You can also ask what's your name. If you ask what's your name, I'm gonna do AWS learn. Okay, so it just, yeah, like that. Okay, you can also ask that. You can also say the username. So like here, we can take the username. Okay, here's our username. Okay, and now let's get say in looks. You see, it's all connecting together. You guys see that, right? You see the connection, right? Now let's get the say. Actually, no, this one. No, I don't want you. You're not gonna say hello. Say username, okay? Now click on it. It says my username. I didn't tell it to say ender drafts. That's my username. Just if you didn't know, I just told it to say my username. So username in this case is a variable, and we will get in variables after operators. So stay tuned for that as well. So now let's go back in sensing. You can also do mouse down. If mouse down, then you can do that. Mouse down is if you just click with your mouse, space key is pressed, and if I click, you see, whenever I click, it works. If I don't click, I'm not clicking anymore. See, I click, boom, it's like that. So that's also pretty cool. You can also use that for Flappy Bird a lot. A lot of scratchers use this control for Flappy Bird. Operators. Over here, I have this plus one, okay? This plus operator. Now what you want to do is you want to get the say block. You want to add it in the hello section. You want to say, and then we can all do any equation like 2 plus 2. Obviously it's going to be 4, but let's see what it is. Then you can click on it. It says 4. You see? Also like that. There's also subtraction, multiplication, division. There's that. There's also greater and equals and less than, those signs. There's also and. So if this and this works, then we want to move this code. You can also do that. If not this, then you want to move it code. You can also do that. There's a lot of these kind of conditions in operators as well. More conditions in sensing though. Okay, so here we are in variables now. Woohoo! We're in variables, guys. So now variables, in most games, variables are used for, you can say it's used for keeping score on track. Like when you get, so first your score is 0. So let's just make a variable over here. And now variable name, let's set it to score. Okay, score. Let's set score to 0. The score is 0. And now change score. So when you get a point, you want to change the score by 1, obviously. So see, your score changes by 1. And that's really it for variables. Variables are very easy. Most people think as it like this kind of boring variables, hard work and all that. It's honestly the opposite. Variables are so easy. Everybody should love them. And they're so useful in games. And they make things much easier. So I just love variables. Now here we come in my blocks, a bit more complex. So let's make a block named block. In my block, okay? Boom. Define block. When I say define block, you want to say, what does the block do? For example, let's say the block moves 10 steps and then turns 15 degrees. And then, yeah, that's it. Move 10 steps and turn 15 degrees forever. And it does that forever. Okay. And then now if we go to get a when flag clicked, okay, this is now, you see this code defined? Now don't look at that at all. Just when flag clicked, we want it to go in my blocks and just block. Okay, when flag clicked, just block our own block. Okay, or when flag click block. Okay, you see it's gonna do the same thing. See, you just defined it, you just made your own block, you just told the block what to do now. So that's my block, and that's really it for the basic coding things. Now let's get a bit into the costume. Costumes are very easy. They're just like, you can draw, you can paint. Let's make the eyes purple. That okay. Let's make it teeth like this. 1, 2, 3. Change the color because this is very bad. Let's make it angry. What's up, angry dude? Angry bird. It's an angry bird now. And let's, sorry, I'm an angry cat, I meant. Let's make it red. Actually, I'm gonna do this. 2 eyes. 3. His hands are like deadly lasers. This is so weird. Look at her cat. It's crazy. Look at that. It looks so normal. And just look at ours, what we did. Well, just creativity. You gotta be creative in your own ways. Now you can also make a box around it. So you see, you can't see the cat anymore. You could just make the field transparent. Now you can see the cat like that. Yeah, like that. And yeah, and in this outline, you can change your outline. You can also erase. My bad. No. Undo. You can also add text. This is all the fonts. I usually choose Pixel. I really like Pixel and Marker. I don't know why. They're just my favorite fonts. They're so good. And this is, you can just make a circle as well. You know, you could just do whatever you want. It's pretty nice. Just make circles. Nope. No. Okay. Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? No. Okay, I think that's good. So this is a newly created ultimate sprite. It's so cool, right guys? It's just so good. Look at it moving. Now we come to sounds. That just sounds, you can, yeah, like that. You can make it faster, slower, louder, softer, mute. You can make it mute. You can fade in and fade out. You can make it reverse like this. Look. Okay, that's better. You can also make a robot voice with it. You can also change backdrops. Now here's the thing. You can also change a backdrop. Change it to blue sky. Look at that. That's nice. And the main thing I forgot to mention, that you really need to change your name of your project. A lot of people make this mistake that they just don't name their project, and after, when they want to find the project, it's so hard for them to find it. So you always want to name your project. I'll name it first project, even though it's my 100th project, but I'm gonna say it's my first project. Okay, yeah, so that's really it for the basic ones. There's also another one thing that I would like to mention, is that there's also extensions. Video sensing, text to speech, translate. You can also like just mess around with these. They're really fun. And yeah, that's it. In the next tutorial, we'll also make our first game, a first beginner game on Scratch in the next video. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. Don't forget to, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.